Just say it, 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 just say it.
Just say it!
What's up, baby? Why don't you stenog your number down for me, you know? Girl, you look so good. I wish I could plant you and grow a whole field of y'all.
A few things. Testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. So, what do you think? Should we draw for another subject?
Yeah,
Why not?
definitely around enough that. Yeah, why not? Is there anything that
Fire away. Oh well, for me.
yeah, you want to chat about, or like I could say some topics and see if you want to, and if one that sticks
Yeah,
out.
let's do that because yeah, I feel like I want to contribute to a topic rather than come up with one. I guess I came up with one just now. The cheating was a little bit of one. Yeah, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
Or something that's on my mind a bit.
yeah.
Not that I'm a cheater.
Huh?
No, just no, I was joking. I was saying not that I'm a cheater. No, just kind of I was just really conscious about that. Like just like, well, if it's all made up, and then maybe marriage is just the one that's a bit more where if you're being unfaithful, it's a little bit more unfair. Like or it's a little bit more of it's a little bit more cutthroat. But whereas you're just both verbally talking about something, well,
It just both,
we both want to be in a relationship.
yeah, it just comes down to what you both want to make.
Yeah,
Together.
because I just don't like. I've gotten to a stage now that before we move on, just what I'm thinking now is like,
Yeah,
you can't really trust anyone. Like I get, there's people that you trust, like your family, like, and you're really close friends, but like just as a whole, you can't really trust what people say. Huh?
trust, I
What's
suppose, is the topic then that we're talking about.
It could be trust there, because damn, it's a big one. Trust is a big one still. And the reason why I mention that is because, like, someone could say to me, Mike, let's meet up on Wednesday.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, what time? 6 o'clock. Okay, perfect. Yeah, see you at 6. 6 o'clock comes.
yeah,
Oh, sorry, I can't come now because this has come up. It's like, but they said 6 though, innit? Like, so that's based on, like, I trusted that person to be there at 6 and they didn't get there at 6. And there's nothing wrong with them not being there at 6, but people can change their mind whenever they want. Like,
yeah.
so the whole thing with trust is that if people could do whatever they want and they can change their mind whenever they want. You want to be married, actually, do you know, I don't want to be married anymore. Or I want to do this subject, but actually, do you know what, I don't want to do that subject anymore, man. I want to do this now.
Yeah,
Or I want to go to the club, and then Friday comes, actually, do you know what, I've changed my mind now, man. I'm not in the mood for the club anymore.
yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with them changing their mind though. Yeah, they said they were going to go or they were going to do these particular things, but there's nothing to say that they have to agree, they have to do that thing.
Yeah,
So that's where trust comes into it. I'm thinking, well, you can't really trust anyone then. I said I were to come to London a couple of times this year and I've not been there yet. People may have trusted that I will
but you
actually do.
But you haven't said you didn't say a particular date.
I didn't say a particular date, no. But I'm in a position, or we're as humans in a position to say something and go against what we say. But really, if you think about it, there's nothing wrong with us going against it. And that's my whole point about trust, is that we can't really trust anyone because it's easy for people to change their mind now. Because it is a choice. It stems from a choice, making a choice of this, and then actually, do you know, I've changed my mind on the choice. I want a chicken tonight, but actually, do you know what, I fancy fish now. You can easily just change that. Just because you said you're gonna have chicken tonight doesn't mean you have to have chicken. Oh fucking hell, I'm gonna make sure I have chicken tonight. If I don't, oh shit, man, I'm just gone against my word. Shit. But you might really just want fish after, like after an hour. So I really want fish now, man. Like, I'm just gonna go for the fish. But yeah, I just feel like trust is something that, if we're talking about What marriage in terms of that's still the same thing as a relationship. There's nothing really different if you think about it. It's only that you put in words that you're officially really going to do this thing.
What, marriage?
For as long as you can. Yeah.
Not really.
It's kind of the vows.
People do that in a relationship. Marriage is just you sign something.
You sign something. It's more religion based, I guess.
As well. Not necessarily. Some people get married not in a church and they just go to the office and do that. But the purpose for why someone might get married might be different. Like some people might get married because they want it to be a public declaration. Some people might get married because for the security, blah 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 blah. But I mean, with what you're saying, well, what's the point of trust? Oh, what is trust?
Well, it's like what is that's more where I'm coming from. Is like what is trust, and can you trust anyone? Because I really can say, she's the one. I want to be with her forever. And I could tell her these things. Like, oh my God, he wants to be with me forever. And she could be in her head like, yes, we're gonna be together forever. And in 2 years' time, relationships are not working out. Then. She trusted us so that we're gonna be together forever, but I can't predict the future. Like trust seems more like a thing of like a premeditated, not premeditated. I don't know what the word is I'm trying to say. Trust is like almost like saying, yep, in the future, like how can I say this? Because when it comes to trust, you're trusting someone from a future base, from based on future, more than present. Does that make sense? And by doing that, we can't predict the future, so there's no way of knowing if that future is going to take place because it's not here yet. So that's where trust kind of, I don't know where this is going, but this kind of sounds alright. Like I'm just trying to.
Yeah, it does.
You know what I'm saying, blood? Yeah, but it just seems like I'm just trying to think of examples just to clarify that every time something has to do with trust, it is mainly in the future.
Well, while I was talking, I went on Google and I typed in what is trust, and the definition of trust, a definition, says firm belief in the reliability, truth, or ability of someone or something. And then then let me look at something else that says here, what is trust? What is trust? Trust is both an emotional and logical act. Emotionally, it is where you expose your vulnerabilities to people, but believing they will not take advantage of your openness. Logically, it is where you have assessed the probabilities of gain and loss, calculate an expected utility based on hard performance data, and concluded that the person in question will behave in a predictable manner. In practice, trust is a bit of both. I trust
Perception. Damn.
Because
Future.
I have experienced your trustworthiness, and because I have faith in human nature. We feel trust. Emotions associated with trust include companionship, friendship, love, agreement, relaxation, comfort. There are a number of different ways we can define trust. Here are the dimensions of trust and consequent definitions. Well, I'll stop there for now. But
trust doesn't exist, blood. That peak.
Thank you.
Is that peak, blood? It don't exist, blood. Oh my God, I didn't really think about that. Trust doesn't exist. It's in the future, man. You're trusting someone from a trust that they will not do this particular thing,
or that they
later
will.
on, or that they will. Yeah, it's like you're that it depends on how you feel about this person, on how you relate to them in terms of trust. Bang.
So trust actually comes down to.
So that's why relationships get murked for trust, because it's all to do with the future, blood, nothing to do with present, blood.
And to do.
So if you've got no trust in a relationship, it's peak. Yeah.
And to do with what your perception.
Perception, exactly. Oh my God.
Because as you said, all right, for example, let's say, all right, I'm in a relationship. I forget, it doesn't have to be in a relationship, but I say to you, pardon me, I say to you, I am coming to Barcelona this weekend. No, this Saturday.
Yeah.
This Saturday comes, I don't come to Barcelona, but I come on Sunday. Well, then, I don't know, then what?
Oh, bang. It's just, oh my God, Ashley, bro. We just hit something here, blood.
Because
We really got something here.
the trust would be coming from you, not me.
Yeah.
I've just said I'm going to do this on this day, and then I haven't done it on that day, and then I've done it on the other day. Or I could just not do it as well. All that's happened is I haven't done it, or I've done it. Where trust comes in, like where you or someone else, me, would perceive that person as trustworthy, or I can trust that person, is basically based on them doing what they said they're going to do.
Integrity.
Yes, integrity. Or even if they don't do what they said they're going to do, if they communicate that they're not going to do what they're going to said they're going to do, at least if they communicate it, or communicate that they're going to do it at a different time, blah blah, then myself, of the person receiving that, or let me just say me, would perceive that as, alright, cool, you've told me you're not going to do it that time, I can trust you still. Or you did it that time, I can trust you.
Oh, wow.
But what? Yeah, but still, what is that trust? The trust that you're gonna
There's just certain
trust
words.
what? Because even if that, because I could trust, yeah.
Oh, this is such a good one, man. This is so good. Oh, this is so good. Like, it's got me thinking. Like. So now, it's all about looking at words that relate to being in the present versus being in the future, more so than the past. Like, if you think about some of the words that we use in our daily vocabulary.
One sec. I've got to pee real bad. 1 sec.
Okay, cool.
Giggity.
Yo.
All right. So yeah.
Yeah, man.
Say. Like the present.
Yeah, what was that? Oh yeah. So like, look how we've just dissected the word trust, and like how it really just is so like, basically we're just really clear it doesn't really exist until we make it exist. And it's with the person who, well, is the trust is never with the person who is to be trusted or not. It's more with the person who is judged. Hold on. Let's just rewind, man. So basically, what I'm trying to say here is that there's some words that relate to us, like obviously now, the power of now.
Yeah.
Like the word now really relates to obviously the present, right?
Yeah.
And there's many other words that are going to relate to the present.
Yeah.
And just focusing so much of our attention on that.
Yeah.
And keeping that alive, that could ultimately help our life, love life. But because we're talking about love life, really, ain't we? So
yeah,
if we're talking about powerful words that are going to help our relationship with whoever we get in a relationship with or partnership with, we know the words that are going to destroy our relationship or the experience that we have with these people. Like trust is, if there's no trust in that relationship, it really is not going to work, because it's all to do with the future, looking too far ahead. If we could think of some really powerful words for the present moment. Moments is a present.
Yeah.
And just really relating to what's taking place at that time. Laughing, that's a present thing.
You know, trust, this is just coming up for me, can kind of create I don't know if it's does do it or kind of does it, but I'm just going to say, like, creates an attachment.
Bang. An expectation.
Yeah.
And expectation, you know what that's doing to us. Peak. Wow. Oh my God, Ashley, man, we got something here, man.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the project. I just got thrown off there. I'm looking at the project that I did, innit? With this guy last Monday.
Yeah.
And he's posting it, man. It's looking good, man.
Is that the picture you sent me?
Yeah.
Oh
my God,
I've
man.
looked at it properly. It looks like, you know, like Fifth Element. You seen the Fifth Element? You know that film with Bruce Willis?
Yeah.
You know that kind of like futuristic kind of expression.
The Chris Tucker's character. Someone tried to join.
What was that? It was bad. It had nothing, no fire, no energy, no nothing. You know I have a shoulder right here, you know? And it must pop, pop, pop. So tomorrow from 5 to 7, will you please act like you have more than a 2-word vocabulary? It must be green, okay? Okay?
Can I talk to you for a second? Can I just talk to you?
Brought that to me. Someone tried to say that I look like him, innit? I was like, oh, you know, fuck you, innit? Like, oh shit. Yeah, really good project, man. I can't believe it. I'm looking at it. I just can't believe that's like I'm there. Like I'm on that page. Like,
What is their website?
people. Well, there's gonna be a magazine. They're gonna publish it in a magazine. So I'm fucking chuffed, man. It's on Instagram at the moment. It's looking good.
Okay, if there's any links, send them to me and I can like share them
Yeah,
on Facebook as well. Twitter.
definitely send you a link, man. Definitely happy with that, man. Very good result, blood. So yeah, man, let's go back. Trust. That word trust, blood. Motherfucker.
So like, if
Motherfucker.
so all right. If a girl says to me, all right, let's take this. Like we're gonna meet. We'll rearrange to meet. A girl says to me, she's gonna meet me. That we're gonna. She can meet this. I say I can meet this day. She says she can meet that date, same day too. And we arrange a time. And then that time comes, and she no longer can make that time. That is it. That's all that's going on.
Yeah.
But obviously,
If we don't trust anyone, and then that will affect you.
yeah, if I don't create that expectation, if I don't give, if I don't create a, if I don't give my trust, if I don't give trust, so it doesn't mean like I give something else. It's just nothing. Like that is what it is, and no expectation. That is what it is. And then that day comes, that moment comes, she's not able to meet, and that is what it is. And then I keep it moving with whatever I get up to in that moment. Then another moment me and her arrange, and then the same thing happens again, or the same doing happens. That is it. That is what it is. And then we arrange again, and that same thing, that same doing happens again. It is what it is. And then we arrange to meet again, and that same thing happens. That is what it is. Now around all of that, I could be making up so much stuff around it. I could be like, that's so disrespectful, man. What? She's wasting my time.
But you know what? She's not.
It is what it is.
Do you know why? Do you know why she didn't waste your time? Because you didn't use your time. She didn't come.
But I mean, I could look. Yeah, but I could look. She's wasting my time. I could have made other plans.
Yeah, it's true.
In that time.
But what's coming up for me now on this is that it's just letting people do whatever they want to do, innit? Like, if that's what serves them, gravy, innit? Like,
because what I was gonna say, just the one other bit I was gonna say around that, I get to choose whether I keep doing the same thing with her again. Yeah. So if she keeps doing that, she's not alright. So she's done that, and then she's done that again, and she's done that again. I could choose to do the same doing, and then she may do that same thing again, or she may not. But I'm choosing that. And when I say I'm choosing that, I'm not choosing what she's doing, but I'm choosing what I'm doing. And do I want to keep doing that? And I get to choose if I would like to do that with that person who has given me a decent amount of information that is what they're doing at the moment.
We're on to a winner, man.
Huh?
We just need to just let this go. Let's just get on with it. Live our life. It's okay what everyone's doing. And it's okay for us to just say things. Everything's fine, bro. I'm just thinking now, like, just all is well, blood. Think about it. Who cares, blood?
But we do. But we do.
I know.
Sometimes.
It's fun, isn't it? Yeah, sometimes we do. But as a whole, a lot of things I used to care about, I don't really care about anymore. I just like, it don't even come up now. There's some things I forgot even happened. Like, damn, oh yeah. I remember how you dealt with certain things. Like, damn, I remember when I was with that girl and I was worried to tell her this, or she made me feel like that, and at the time I felt like I lost power. And
but it doesn't matter anymore. We don't care about it anymore because it doesn't mean anything really to us anymore. We care when it means something to us.
So it goes on to our next subject.
You didn't do that. You didn't cook for me today, so that means you don't love me as much as I thought you did. Versus, oh, you didn't cook today.
Bang. So we've got the word trust, we've got the word meaning. So what would life be without trust and meaning? That's the question. I mean, I didn't have to trust that whole project thing. I didn't have to trust that the guy was going to get in contact with me when I first met him to do a collaboration. I didn't have to trust him. It just happened. It just unfolded. When it was ready to unfold, it unfolded. When he said to me, I need someone on Monday, are you able to come? I didn't have to trust. As a matter of fact, it wasn't even going to happen. Because I remember he said to me, this is what I love about trust, is if you don't pay so much attention to something, it's all gravy. Because if I think about it, there was a point where he mentioned it and I was getting excited and I was like, yeah, I'm up for it. And he said, only Monday. I was like, I'm working. Trust me to think that this is going to be amazing, that this is going to happen. Obviously you can't because I'm working now. And I was like, I can't do Monday, I'm working.
Yeah.
Then there's a message where he said he's going to cancel. Sorry, we're not going to be doing it now. And I was thinking, oh great, so it's not going to happen. Then a message came out after that, but I wasn't paying attention to the first message. I was just getting on with my life, innit? Then a message like, no, actually we could do it in the morning just before you start work, is that okay for you? So all as I wasn't paying attention, it was still unfolding and it's still okay, and there wasn't no need for me to trust anything in those moments. I just had to get on with my life, innit? And it just happened now, and it's unfolding and it's there and it's done. But if I was sitting there like, oh man, he said that we was going to do it on Monday, like now he's not. When he sent me the other message saying he's cancelled, could have looked into that like, oh, okay, no problem. Maybe my energy would have been like, oh, okay, cool, and maybe navigate it to not happen on the Monday. That even if he was available on the Monday, that maybe it would have called for him to call me on a Monday, because I might have discarded it. I don't know. Who knows? It does. It really, who cares? But my point is that trust is when you dwell so much on something that your expectation's so high on something that if it doesn't go the way you want it to, that your experience is just really, really shit, man. And it's just allowing yourself not to get in that really, really shit state.
You're creating a dependency.
creating a dependency,
on
exactly.
something, go in a particular way.
It doesn't have to look any way whatsoever. It unfolded the way it did. The message was done 2 days before the date. There was a cancellation within it. There was the unexpected, what was going to happen on the day. When I was running late to get there, thinking shit, like they were waiting around for me, like, oh, they're going to think, Mike, like, man, you know, pressed for time. It just went the way it went, innit? Like, and it went well. But like, if I was to sit there and try to think how it was going to be that day and try, oh, I think it's going to be like this, that whole expectation just ruins everything, man. So in that case, trust ruins everything as well. Don't need to trust anyone.
Or anything.
They're just going to do what they're going to do.
Or anything, yeah.
Yeah. And it's okay if they don't do it. And if they do it, it's great as well.
The word that came up for me when you said, what would it be like if there was no trust in the world? Or if we didn't have trust? Or however you said it. From the perspective that we're talking about it.
Yeah, meaning and trust.
Was freedom. Freeness.
Yeah. Definite freedom. I love that word, man, freedom. And freedom is the present word as well. Is a present word.
It is, yeah, because then you just be accepting what is and accept it.
No, but then again, it depends. Because some people say, I want to experience freedom. So then they're talking about in the future. They want to be free. So in some ways it is relating to the future.
Well, that's if they're imagining it in the future, though.
Yeah, I guess so. But freedom itself, the actual action of freedom, because the actual action of trust as a...
Do you mean action or experience?
Oh, experience.
Because action, when you say action to me, I think you mean like you're doing something.
Being free? No, that's an experience, isn't it? Being... You're being free. You can't do free. You can't do freedom. I'm doing freedom. Okay. Yeah, so in that case, yeah, so in the way, damn, so that's it there. Being. Hold on, there's a whole new level here now, bro. Obviously, we know it's all about the being.
Mighty Morphin being time.
Being time. Wow. No, man, we nailed it today, man. Like this was a decent conversation, man. I'm thinking real positive right now. And there's just a few actions that I would like to take to help my experience in life be better. It does have to look a particular way, you know. It'll work itself out as I'm doing things. But yeah, man, I'm very, very happy with that. Versus trying to work it out. And I think what's funny, what's been so funny for me recently is that I only realised that it took me 32 years to realise that the 4-year-old is all we needed, isn't it? That 4-year-old mentality is all we need. We don't need to be like when we're younger, we always like want to be an adult. It's like, you know, adulthood becomes this kind of goal to achieve. Like I want to be wise and I want to be this and this. When it comes down to it, man, it's just all about that freedom that you had at 4 years old. Well, obviously not everyone had, maybe some people had different experiences when they were 4. For me, I relate to the very good moments in my life was when I was 4. Between 4 and 8, I'd say, was that very, very like freeing moments that just had nothing to do with thinking too much. It was just all about, man, I'm watching this program, this cartoon is very cool. And yeah, of course I've done a lot of procrastinating, you know, you do a lot of daydreaming because everything just occurs really, really cool. as a whole, as an adult, we get to choose. Are we going to be what society chooses to call an adult, or are we going to go back to what we were before, being placed in the adult box, which is, for everyone is different. Like, but me, between 4 and 8, that's what I'm going to go back to. I get to choose. Do I get to choose? Do I want to be back to that? Yeah.
Here's my question to that. Did it ever go away? Or was it always there, but then there was just stuff put on top?
It's always it was always there.
Yeah.
I just think there was distractions in it. There was things that were stopping it from, like when I was between 4 and 8, there was just being in the house, or being with grand, or being with in nursery, and it wasn't about chores. It wasn't about you have to do these things, like, and if you don't do these things, and then you're this or you're that. It's just really just doing it because you're doing it, like, you know, it's just based on the environment and everything. Whereas when you're adult, it becomes a bit more like you have an opportunity to do that as well, but then there's the consciousness of, oh shit, man, like, I've got to pay the bills, or I've got to bear in mind this now, and I've got to bear in mind that. And what's that person going to think of me? What's that? Like, when I was 4 and 8, I wasn't really worried about what people thinking about me, man. Like, I don't think that was even a concept for me. But I realized that in my teens, it was so, like, it was such a big thing, what people thought of me. Shit, man, I better wear this jumper in the summer. I know it's 28 degrees, but I better wear this jumper so no one thinks I'm skinny. No, but, you know, I'm gonna be sweating, but just wear this jumper. You know, don't want anyone seeing my skinny, bony frame. Like, I was really like that. Like, you think, where did that come from, man? Because when I was younger, I was just like this little skinny twig when I was 4 and 8, but I didn't care. Like, walking on the beach, like, with my trunks on. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, oh shit, man, everyone's looking at me because I'm skinny. Like, I was skinny then. Like, I didn't care. Like, it wasn't the end of the world. I wasn't conscious about anyone. Like, I wasn't thinking about it. Yeah. So, like, now versus now, 2015, wear a pair of shorts now. It's like, oh man, like, it'd be nice if the cars were a little bit more, you know, defined. You know, they're just, you know what I'm saying? Like, speaking about stupidness, like about the legs, like, it's your legs. Yeah. Man's can walk. At least I can walk. Like, certain people are peak right now, like with the wheelchair and all that. I'm worrying about the size of my legs, man.
Yeah, but even that, what you just said, is a thinking thing around it. Because someone who could not walk and is in a wheelchair could be like, man, I'm in a wheelchair and I can't be walking. Look at all those people walking. Or they could not think about it, like add any meaning to it, and they're just in the wheelchair.
Bang.
And they're going about their life and keeping it moving.
That's it. And I think that's the thing that changes. The game changer is when you start worrying about what people are thinking. So I worry. We're talking obviously about life and love life as well. Yeah. So in terms of how that affects my love life, is that I worry about what women think about my physique, and like if I look too skinny if I'm too skinny for them, or you know, things like that, or even as peak as like, does she want a guy who's got a 10-inch dick? Like, you know, I'm not even gonna front, man. You can record this one. I ain't got a 10-inch dick in it. Simple as that, innit? Like,
same here.
Just gonna keep it real. Yeah, like, you know, good for the guys who have the 10-inch dick in it, but I don't have that. And there's some girls out there who are very clear, like that's quite important to them, innit? Like, that guy has to have a dick of probably that size, or size doesn't matter to a lot of girls. Yeah, size matters, and they're cool. That I might even use that as a subject for the next one, actually. You know? Racco. Funny enough, why don't we just talk about it now?
Completely.
Oh man, yeah, dick size could be something that really shapes you as well, man.
Yeah.
Funny enough, one girl said to me, and this was after. Fuck it. No, I'm not gonna say her name. I won't say her name. But a girl the other day, I'd say about a month or two ago, who's a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Well, mutual friend now. There's mutual friends connected us. But yeah, anyway, she said to me, as I was talking to her about that, this kind of topic or whatever, about kind of my behaviors as a man and stuff.
Yeah.
She said, what size is your penis? When she said it, I was like, hold on. Michael's asking the size of my penis, blood. Like, I was quite uncomfortable about it. I was like, hold on, like, because I didn't know her too tough, and it's like we were getting to know each other as friends. Like, oh, we're friends now, right? Because you know this person, we know this person together. Like now we're talking and we're communicating with each other, whatever.
Yeah.
But when she dropped the line, what size is your penis? I was thinking, like, what do you mean exactly by that? Like, what are you trying to achieve here with that? Like, proper trying to, like, okay, should I lie or should I tell the truth? In the end, I just told her, innit? But I told her, like, I said, like, listen, like, my penis size differs, man. Like, it's not like it's one particular size. Like, you know, like, yes, 10 inches. Like your dick goes through different stages. Like, I don't know if it's just me, but like, my dick goes through about 3 or 4 different stages. It just depends on how much a girl arouses me or whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, obviously you have your semi, or you have the one where it's just like it's peak, it's just like it's dead. Then you got the one that's rock solid. So I told her the rock solid side. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna tell her the you know, the peak one. Yeah, 1 inch. You know, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say like the lowest one. Like, I'm gonna say like when it's firm.
No,
like, I'm guessing that's what she meant. Huh?
When it's that, it's optimum.
Yeah, Optimus.
Primus. What's that track name? Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime. You get me?
Prime.
When it's at its Optimus Prime, and only a couple of girls have got it as Optimus Prime, blood. I'm gonna be real, and I was trying to tell that to her as well. I said to her, like, listen,
Autobots, transform.
I'm okay saying this. My ex-girlfriend, she achieved that Optimus Prime, blood. And there's a couple of girls that didn't achieve the Optimus Prime. They achieved something, and they were happy with that. But it went Optimus Prime, blood. Optimus Prime was like, oh, okay, that's how man's doing it, yeah? And like, it's because she got me so aroused, innit? Like, and like for me, it just all depends on the girl, innit?
Yeah.
And there's a girl in my life at the moment who's definitely achieving Optimus Prime right now, innit? Like, no names mentioned, but boy, Optimus Prime's happening on a regular, blood. I'm like, jeez, blood, how do you do that? But yeah, like I was trying to basically say, and she said, yeah, that has a lot to do with it, and about your the way that you are with women. I was like, yeah, like it's not that there's anything wrong with my size or anything. I was like, yeah, well, I said to her, like, listen, like, I'm not the biggest, I'm not the smallest. Like, I'm just like, I'm always just right for whoever I'm having sex with. Like, I've never had complaints.
Yeah.
Actually, tell a lie, I've had one complaint. Like, well, I wouldn't say one complaint, but I would say one girl who expected a bit bigger. Obviously, because, oh, he's black, he's tall, like, got bare gas, like, just put extra few inches on man and thing, like, just bare expectations, like, calm down, like, you get what I'm saying? But yeah, like, obviously, when we did the thing, like, you know, it wasn't like that she was disappointed, like, you know, but at the same time, like, just the initial, like, the beginning stages of seeing, like, oh, okay, I was expecting more here.
Autobots, transform.
I was like, yeah, we ain't seen it's not Optimus Prime yet, though, you get me? That's why. When she saw Optimus Prime, I was like, oh, okay, skiing, yeah? No, okay. Oh, shit, man. Yeah, like, it comes down to Optimus Prime, man. Like,
But what were you saying about when the girl asked you about the size?
Yeah, so I drifted away from that. Like, when she asked me about the size, she was basically trying to say that depending on a guy's dick size is how they will deal with women, and how women relate to guys as well. And
Scheme?
it's not about being small or whatever. Like, it's just about how you relate to your penis. So, like, I've not related to my penis as being huge. Like, I'm like, yeah, man, like, it hangs in between my legs, and yeah, like, walking around like, yeah, look at me, man, like, big ass dick. Like, I'm not that kind of guy, innit? Like, I'm very humble, innit? Yeah. But at the same time, I don't have a small dick. Like, I know I don't have a small dick, but I don't have a dick that's like, if we're talking about, like, you know, like we was talking about, like 10-inch and all that stuff. Like, I'm very clear. I'm not in that department, innit? So, like that part, that subconscious thing, kind of makes you feel like, oh man, like, so what are girls thinking? Like, is size matter? Does my size fit the criteria? Obviously, I'm at an age now where I've had a certain amount of sex, and I'm very clear that there's nothing wrong in the size of my penis. Like, it does what it needs to do. But then there's obviously women's conversations about dicks always comes across as like, you don't always see them say, oh yeah, like size doesn't matter, like, you know, we could do 4, 3s or 2s, like, yeah, that'll work. Like, I don't think girls are like, not a lot of girls are leaning towards that side of things. They're leaning more towards like, yeah, size matters, man, I want a big fat dick, like that. And I think it makes them feel good as well, like that they can have a little bit of power over the guy. Is that he has to have a big dick. It's like, come on, man, like, are you really gonna be packing that much inside of you? Like, you really think you're gonna be able to handle whatever that is? And like, some girls, like some girls, that's their thing, innit? But to be honest, I think where she was coming from with this is that how I related to my penis size in terms of society wise, like what the average is, and then what is the biggest, and weighing myself in that department. It's like guys that walk around, but then again, you have got guys that there's a girl that man, it was peak when she told me, I was like, man, like, why do you have to do that though? Like, you didn't have to say that to me, innit? Like, when she told me, innit, like, this guy is very confident. I know this guy, very confident dude, gets girls, like, he's walking around like, you know, like he's got the bars, innit? Yeah. And the way she drawed it to me is like, you do know such and such, he's got a small penis, innit? I was like, how was I supposed to know that? Like, I went, like, there's no way I was gonna know that, innit? Like, unless you told me, innit? But she was basically saying to me that, like, one of her girls obviously ended up doing something with him, and that, and she exposed him, innit? Like, and it was peak for me, because I was like, man, like, why did you tell me that, man? Like, oh, you'd have to tell me that. But the way she said it was like small. I was like, but every girl has a different relation to small, right, and big. Like, there's been girls that have said to me, Mike, you're too big. But like, I'm not too big. Like, it's not that I'm too big. Maybe I'm too big for them, but everyone's gonna have their different what they think the size is. What size is big? What size is small? But the way she said it was like small. Like, as in, you know, like, we don't have to really elaborate on, like, you know, so like below average. Like, and I was like, man, like, I wish you didn't tell me that now, man, because like every time I'm gonna look at my man, it's just like, it's peak, innit? Like, but at the same time, it's not like I'm gonna be looking at my man like, see, I know your secret. Like, it's not like that, but it's still a bit like, why should that be something so important about him? Like,
but that might be what her point was, though, with what you were saying about. It's not necessarily the actual size; it's how you relate to your penis. Yeah,
and but then again, if that was the case, he'd be more timid than I am. Like, because the way I'm relating to mine, like, it's not that I'm not saying it's small. I'm not relating to mine as small. I'm just relating to mine as not being above average, like way above average.
But he may not be relating to it as small either.
Yeah.
He might not even be related to by what the size is. He might have a, like, for example, like, you know how I've said to you, like, how we'll call mine from time to time a DDP, because that stands for Divine Delicious Penis. Yeah? He might be relating to his penis as the sexual warrior, the something like that, right? Relevant of what the size is, and so because he's relating to it as that, then the size of it is, for him, becomes irrelevant. It just is what it is. And the same thing with me. Like, I definitely wouldn't be like, yeah, I've got a 10-inch either. But I wouldn't say I've got a small one either. But it's just what size it is.
Yeah.
But it is interesting what you said about that, because the concern that if there's so I've never really had that a worry or concern of like, the size is going to be too small for her or too big for her. I've not really had that kind of thing go on. What comes up for me, what comes up for me, because it still does from time to time, is when we're in that moment and we're getting down to having sex, foreplay, all of that. The thing for me is like, just don't come too quick.
Ski.
Like, or not even. Let's say even. Let's change that. Last as long as possible.
Yeah.
That's the thing that
I definitely agree with you on that. For me,
come up for me at times because I'm just like, I just want to keep going and going and going and going.
Yeah.
However, when I think about it, that's when. But it's when I think about it that's when it comes up, when it gets in the way. If I don't think about it and I'm just there, then I'm gonna do what I'm doing, and when I bust, I bust, and then I'm gonna do what I'm doing, and I'm gonna do what I'm doing, and I'm gonna bust, and then I'm gonna do what I'm doing. It's just that.
Yeah. It is.
And it's varied as well. Like, there's times when I've just gone on for like hours, and there's times when I've gone for hours, and the quickest time, and I'm gonna be raw and real right now. The quickest time, and there's a lot of other things I could say that was behind it, right? Because that was you remember there was that time when I was like, I'm just gonna be celibate for a while. Do you remember I was doing that? So I was celibate, and then that ended up being for 9 months. Celibate, no bashing the bishop, right? None of that.
Nothing, yeah.
And so when the time came to when that time came now, like, I'm about to do the thing. 10 seconds, lads. and I'm that's my, like, obviously I wasn't going in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But it was.
I know it was short. I'm not even gonna say like it was. I'm not gonna say like
every guy's had it, man. Come on.
Huh?
We must have all had that, blood.
I'm not gonna say I was at least half a minute, 30 seconds. No, 10 seconds. Right? And I was like, jeez. And I was, and you know when I said to her, this has never happened to me before, and it really was true. That had never happened to me.
Oh shit, man.
It's funny. We laughed about it as well. We laughed about it and all of that.
Oh, man.
And I mean, because even when I lost my virginity, I lasted longer than that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but there's maybe that more being conscious in it at the time, and when you're a virgin, man, that's when you're prime when it comes to like the bishop, the bash, the bishop. That's what it's in your prime, blood. It's like, yeah, blood. Your man's got a schedule on tick. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit, man. But yeah.
So my point is kind of like, however, even though that happened in that moment, like, yeah, actually, when I'm talking about it right now, that is what happened, right? But I didn't worry about, I only lasted 10 seconds and blah blah. And obviously, like, with that girl, I felt comfortable to laugh about it with her as well and all of that. But like, if I could have gone into like, it was 10, actually, man, it was 10 seconds. Oh my gosh, and I could have had all of those conversations.
What's killing me? What's killing me about this is, why is it so funny? Like, think about it. Like, why? What is it that makes this so funny? Like, okay, 10 seconds. Like, why? Like, so what? Like, in a way, 10 seconds is not a big deal, right?
Yes.
But what makes it a big deal? What is it that makes 10 seconds a big deal? 1 minute a big deal? Even 10 minutes a big deal?
Because I suppose of how long, one, not only what I like to last, but also two, because of what the I suppose instilled expected time is, like minimum at least.
I don't know. I think it is.
But we're laughing because of how we're being about it. Because someone else could that same thing could happen, and they're not laughing about it. They're upset. They're vexed about it. So kind of like what we were talking about earlier in that topic, like there's just what's going on. They're doing right. And then like you're either going to keep doing it or not. At that particular time, the doing didn't keep happening because of where we were.
I think my main thing is that the girl, ideally, it's better that the girls come first. That's where my time frame I'm worried about. Like, if I done 10 seconds, like she's definitely just getting into the flow, innit? It's like she has to be doing a bit of like noises, you know, like kind of like going a bit crazy before I bust in it, like because at least I know, like, yeah, like, you know, we could bust together, or she's bust already, yeah, brap, like now I can start going in, and I start going a bit faster or whatever, and like, yep, do you know what? Now it's time. But the other day I experienced a 5-minute one, and I knew, I looked and I was like very clear, like, boy, I'm gonna have to do round 2, innit? Like, because, boy, she was only getting in, like, she was getting into it, like, and it was like, if I lasted a bit longer, it'd have been obviously incredible.
Yeah.
Which, you know, it was the second round too. But yeah, when it's 5 minutes, you're like, like, sorry, darling. I know you were, you know, doing your thing. You're ready. But yeah, like, I think it's more so how the girl, you know, what the experience for the girl is. Because remember, of course, we do like doing, you know, the oral thing.
Like kissing her lower set of lips, blood.
Yeah, so because of that's why the busing early is very important for us as well. It's like, like did she get her dosage? Like, did she get what she needed? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So, yeah, man. Yeah, that whole penis size thing. Yeah, it does definitely affect, especially like how a girl relates to your penis. So like, if you've got a girl in your life who's like, you know, your penis is perfect, and she's saying that to you, as much as you might be thinking like, oh, like, you know, don't know, man, it don't look that, like, you might still relate to it as like, it's not perfect, because this is your own personal preference. But if you know that you've got a girl in your life right now who's like, boy, do you know what, dick's amazing, she's gassed, there is a part of your aura that's going to make you feel peace, like, okay, I'm not 10 inches, but you get me, blood. Yeah. Like, man, the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, you're going to start getting a bit, like, you know, you know, your body language is going to start showing a certain way. Like,
yeah.
It's funny. So I think that's what she was trying to say. Like, in some respects, when she asked me, I think she was trying to, like, not only drop that, but also just, yeah, I guess how I relate to it. And maybe because of the lack of sexual activity that I had at the time, when I was talking to her, which has drastically changed now, but it's so funny, like, but like back then when I was talking to her about this, like there was no sexual activity in my life at that time, so there was really the, like, who am I gonna have sex with now? Like, who's gonna be the girl I'm having sex with, like, when I do finally start having sex? And, you know, like, you start really look into things too much, and like, am I going to do this thing properly, or am I going to lose my touch? And yeah, I remember the last girl did it, yeah, she did like it, but, you know, like, and you start looking into it too much, because I've done some dirty, you said 9 months, man. Yeah, I've done 12, 13 months, man, where it was peak for me, bro. It was peak.
Were you choosing that though? You choosing to be celibate for that time?
Definitely not, no. This is when I moved to Barcelona.
Oh, skiing.
That's even more peak. You think the first year in Barcelona, I should really be doing this thing. Like, no responsibilities, fresh city, no girl knows a single thing about, man. Perfect timing, blood. Man, I could just meet bare things. The first year, bro, I was... And it was nothing to do with... Well, funny enough... It was just my confidence, man. That's what it came down to. So in the sense of what she was saying about the penis size and all that, like, I don't think my penis size had anything to do with my confidence. It's just my confidence as a whole, as me, as a person, because I just wasn't happy with myself at that time. I just moved to Barcelona to find myself. So it's like, okay, I'm coming here because I want a fresh start. Within that fresh start, I'm still trying to work out where I'm going to go with this. And with that, yeah, I want to have fun. But how can I have fun and not be clear on who I am yet? Yeah, it's tricky. And that's how I found it really hard to be able to go out there and have fun, meet girls and be like, oh yeah, that what you up to? Let's go back to mine, doing all that, knowing that I ain't got a job yet. Where am I going to be living? I'm in a new city. How am I going to survive here? Am I even going to stay for long? Yeah, so it's peak, man. Like, so maybe what she was saying about penis size has something to do with some parts of how I relate to women. Yeah. Just in terms of my affectionate side, and just how I'm standoffish. Like, well, do you know what? I'm gonna play the humble, nice guy right now, because I feel like I'm in the average department right now, in every department, when I'm talking about my penis and talking about just who I am as a person, relating to myself as average as a whole. even if I'm not average, just relating to myself as average, and then not, and then breaking out of that.
Yeah.
And being okay with yourself in every department, and also getting the clarity as well from outside as well, like people telling you, like, so that the females that you're having sex with, just clarifying, like, Mike did the thing, bedrooms around you, man, like, Mike, appreciate you as a person, your job, well done, Mike, done a great job today at work, get a call from Mumsy, miss you, love you so much, like, all those little things.
Yeah,
it's just giving you a bit more, like, yeah, like the confidence or whatever. So where I was trying to get with that is that I think it might have a small part, the way you relate to your penis, but it's not a huge part. I wasn't sure she was trying to relate to it. But what, do you know, funny enough, I might even get on the show, blood. Yeah,
okay.
Expose her ass. You know what I say? But yeah, like, let's see what she says a bit more about that, maybe part 2.
Well, kind of what you was getting at was basically, at the end of the day, it's how you relate to yourself.
Yeah. And subconsciously, I didn't really realize that I was relating to myself the same way as I relate to my penis. Oh yes, it's not 10 inches. It's not it's like I'm not a boss. I'm not getting 20 grand a month. Like, you know, like if you look at the P Diddy's of the world, and you look at you, like where you are in the stage of your life.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we're both human, innit? And like, he relates to himself as a boss.
Yeah.
And like, I'm sitting there like, I'm not P Diddy. Like that's how I was relating to it. Like, it's like I don't have to be a P Diddy. Like, like if we're talking about manhood, like manhood.
Yeah.
P Diddy's doing his thing, innit? Like, he's just there. Like, he's millionaire. Like, you know, he's doing his thing. And like, if I'm trying to like be like him, like so much. Or relate to myself, like, okay, so I'm an actor, I work here part-time, not much sexual activity in my life at the moment, very timid. I start weighing myself in with guys like fucking him.
Yeah.
Of course I'm gonna relate to myself badly, and that's kind of what it was, isn't it? It's like, obviously watching porn so much,
yeah,
what you're seeing is different. Like, obviously you're enjoying the moment of seeing, oh, this girl's really sexy, but then obviously you get to see the guy.
Yeah.
How he's packing. Oh, for fuck's sake, this guy's 10 inches. Great. Oh, this one's 15. Fuck. You start looking down at yours, like, am I even doing this thing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as you're growing up, teens, this is what's coming up in your brain, isn't it? All the time. And eventually it's bedding into your, like, your adulthood, and you're not realizing.
Yeah.
So in my adulthood, I'm walking around thinking like, I'm not walking around like, yeah, I'm packing. I'm thinking, oh man, like, you know, I'm not as big as that guy, but you know what? Like, I'm a good guy though. I'm a good guy. And yeah, she's definitely right, man. I think that there's a part of it that does really shape how humble you are around women, and how you really, like, you know, go for what you want to go for. You know, that guys just go for certain girls, like, and a girl just like lets them do it. Like, you know what? Just grab me and take me home. And like, some girls will let a guy do that. Because that guy just has the energy of that, and there's some guys that just are really like, they look kind of desperately, like just the way they approach them, like, yes, I don't want to come back to mine, like, come on, man, like, that's just straight up saying what side penis man isn't it? Like, just the way he's approaching it, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the way he relates to his penis, not just the size of his penis, just how he relates to it. And she's right in that sense, man. Like, definitely can see where she's coming from now. And I still felt weird when I told her though. I was like, okay, told you now. So
that might be because of where you went with it.
Yeah. It's definitely how I related to it. It's like, okay, so how's she gonna relate to me as a person now that she knows the size? You know, like, and it doesn't really matter, man. Really, ultimately. But yeah, I'm gonna get on the show, man. Fuck it.
Yeah, that might be a good topic, like, for her to actually, like, continue talking about her perception about what, like, the dick size,
female perspective size, of it.
Yeah. For penis size, and like how she.
Just say it.
Just say it.
What's up, baby? Why don't you stenog your number down for me, you know? Girl, you look so good. I wish I could plant you and grow a whole field of y'all.
I'm just saying.
Just say it.